All right, I am at Cowichan River Provincial Park on Vancouver Island, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to show you how I travel alone on these photo trips and how I set up my truck to make my life a little bit easier. All right, the most important thing about this whole setup is the truck itself, which is a 2010 Toyota Tacoma. It's the 6-foot bed with a hard shell and a Thule on top. All right, let's have a look inside. Nothing too fancy here. Bear spray. And some hand sanitizer. There's be a water bottle shoved in almost every corner of the truck. Extra hair elastic because you need those. So this island trip isn't the longest of trips, but I wanted to also do a little bit of testing for my Dempster trip coming up in September. And so I mounted a spot here that I've been tracking. Currently I don't have any cell service in this campground. But I did use this to kind of let Natel know where I was, sent her the coordinates of this, and told her that I have no cell coverage, so I'm all good. And this is my Parks Canada Discovery Pass. Phone controls the music and much better navigation. This right now has some emergency stash of chocolate covered almonds and some chocolate covered raisins. Not the best reflection of my overall diet choices, but on trips like this, especially when you're spending all day outside, sometimes that extra energy and long driving distances, sometimes that extra sugar helps when nothing else does, and it's delicious. All right, so driver's side. All right, so this is the updated charging station that I'm trying out for this trip. Looks a little bad, but normally I wouldn't do this for a 1 to 2 day trip like this one is, but this is testing for the Dempster, which is going to be a couple weeks on the road that I need to be fully self-contained with and don't have a lot of options for outside power at all. So it's also powering GoPro or recharging GoPro and things like small Rilo cameras. This guy is my Mavic Air Charger. So the drone batteries, they don't last very long, so it's nice to always have those on charge. And this is my Watson charger, which usually will just keep 2 Lumix batteries charged all the time. I also use this Goal Zero. So the reason this is here is just to charge it up along the way. So when I'm at a campground like I am now and I need to do some work on the laptop, this is what I'm going to plug into for the most part. So I can kind of keep a lot of things on the go on charge here. I Velcroed everything down so it doesn't all roll around, which was my mistake last year. So so far so good. All right, usually there's also going to be a bag on this passenger seat as well. So this is mostly an electronic bag, so there's drives and laptop and more cables and more chargers and stuff in there. So this keeps everything contained into one that I know I need my electronics. That's the bag that I'm going to go to. So in this, there's always water everywhere here. In here, there's a couple of bags of sunflower seeds and jerky that's stashed there as well. So again, the sunflower seeds is really all about the long distance driving, and somehow I find that quite helpful. All right, so this is the back passenger side. In the door, we've got more water and we've got an extra lighter. And here's the reflector that I needed for a project tomorrow. It also is a good privacy screen for other things. This is my main source of water, which is great for cooking and dishes and general washing. This is what I like to use the most. A lot of the bottled water is emergency stuff. All right, this is my woods cooler. And here's all the perishable items for the most part and stuff I don't want to get too hot. Of course, there's wine. I can't go anywhere without my MCT oil, some peanut butter, some chocolate. We got some apples, some turkey. Tel made me this beautiful salad that I'm keeping cold and I can't wait to have that tonight. You're the best. This thing I'm going to get to a little bit, but this is my portable toilet. That needs a whole section on its own, and I'll get to that after. But that's pretty much my access through the passenger side. This is the back driver's side. This is kind of the main camera area, and this kind of changes up depending on the type of bag I'm bringing. So right now it's set up for more adventure. It's set up for a shoot tomorrow. I'm able to kind of leave the car and take all my gear with me, and it's very portable. Sometimes I use a roller case here when I know I'm not leaving the car, or I've got more of a shoulder bag that I'll use. So whatever type of bag I have, I normally access it through the rear driver's side. So it's super convenient. It's on the same side of the road if something's going on that I need to stop, and it keeps all the gear safe here. But let's get this out of the way. But I do have a boosted board in here, and I wanted to get it out of the way, so it was just, I kind of threw it into this spot here. So it's not that pretty, but this is the general idea of what's usually back here. This is easy access to tripods. Right now I've got extra shoes, hiking boots and stuff would be in there. All right, so this center area kind of changes depending on what I'm doing. Usually I'll have a partner on board. On this trip, I'm pretty stoked to have Cedar Creek wine with me, and I've got a whole bunch of their Platinum series that I'm taking on the road with me throughout BC on multiple trips. So, all right, it's starting to rain here, which is perfect, but let's hit up the Thule and see what's in there. All right, I'm not gonna get too crazy in here and take this apart, but here's a quick look. So I've got some extra fuel here. There's some extra propane. In this bag's just a general kind of like overall camping stuff. I've got a extra warm jacket in here in case I need it. There's things like tarps, more wool, rope, cups, you know, matches, gloves, all the stuff that I would need to kind of set up longer term, towels, extension cords, extra toque, extra bags, things like that. Here I have a camp chair for spots where, you know, sometimes you just need to sit. I've got an extra extension for a light stand that I also have over here. Can you see that? This is nice to have one of those. And I also have this extender which holds a lot of reflectors, which can be used as a scrim or general privacy if I need it, or whatever. So in here is my skateboard. In here are some pads and some skate shoes in case I see a park, which sometimes happens, although it hasn't happened this year, so we'll see. Another extension cord, and there's a tent in here, and there's also an axe buried down there as well. So that's it. That's the Thule. It's not stuff that I need a lot of access to, but it's good stuff to have. Let's go to the back. So currently in its travel form, it kind of just looks pretty boring like this. This is cooking. So this slides out whenever I need it to, just in a convenient little store clothes under the bed type of thing. And here's all the stuff that I need to cook. So I've got my wood stove. Of course, all the stuff needed to do that with. All my cooking stuff here. A couple extra dishcloths, water, some extra fuel. Here are my pots. Yeah, so basically everything I need to make a meal or make some coffee all kind of lives right in here. And it's easy to kind of just do up and stow it away without building some kind of complicated shelving system or something. But here is another thing that I just purchased, and I have not tried this out, but this is a Thermacell mosquito force field, I think is the technical term. So let's have a look inside. This opens up, and this just houses, it's gonna be really tough to see in here. Let's see, this is better. So this just houses more of the sleeping stuff. So this has got some clothes and a mattress and a pillow and all the stuff that I need to make this area comfy. Maybe this will be easier if I just show you how this is set up. All right, so I finished a little bit of shooting while the light was good. Light's gone flat, so I've set up camp. I got a fire going. All right, so what am I doing on the island? I'm shooting a fashion story for Boulevard Victoria, and I'm super stoked. It's a very camo khaki, sweaty, creaky type of inspiration. So, all right, it's been quite the day. I got up at 4. I was on the road by 5:30. I took the 10:15 ferry from Tawasin to Nanaimo. It was about an hour drive from Nanaimo to Cowichan Lake Provincial Park, where I am right now. So I've set up camp. I got a fire going. I'm gonna have some dinner. I'm gonna clean up a little bit and get ready for tomorrow.
Going for something quite.
Let's look over here.
You know what else I brought potentially for the shoot? Chantilly hat. Yes, so good. Right?
Just 3 more hours of this, we'll be good.
Yes.
What do you think, Darren? Does that look?
Yeah, that one, that's more subtle. Yeah, and then you're high in the sky, letting that sun hit your face, but give me a little bit more turn to camera a bit. Yep. Beautiful. Sierra, just relax for 2 seconds. I'm gonna come over to you. All right, let's find that light back. Beautiful.
Can you go in the water?
Like with an eye line that way. Give you a heads up. Pop up anytime you're ready. So your look onto your other side, so you're looking down the river. You're power tanning basically. Yes, Jen, if you can push up. Beautiful. I really like this ice to me, Sierra. Just give one option.
What are the others?
So I'm gonna go just in that lens. If you go a little bit higher with the rod, so just I see more of the reel, yep.
Tiny bit more.
Of the short?
Yeah.
Give me a...
And then, if we can work it in,
Am I doing that now for you?
um,
Alright, thanks, babe.
this look here.
What do you got on your hip there?
Oh, you know, it's just it's a secret weapon.
Have you got bit yet?
No. It's not a thing with this thing.
Okay, so this is called a thermocell, mosquito repellent. And if you were going to do a review now, let's hear what you think so far.
I mean, I'd say it's a little heavy. Kind of taking my pants off. I don't know. At least I'm not getting bit. I feel like
it looks good.
I feel like it looks good. That's definitely the main feature.
Do you think you could wear it to the yoga studio, the grocery store?
Yeah, definitely.
The nightclub?
Definitely the nightclub.
A wedding?
Especially since, like, you know, you just don't want to get bit by anything indoors either.
No. You know you've got the thermocell still on, right? Holy fuck, that was good too. Car. mosquito repellent one.
Mosquito repellent 2.
No bites.
No bites.
No glory. All right, so in between looks here, one of the things I need to figure out is how am I getting home? So I've got 2 ferries booked. I'm going to Horseshoe Bay or Tawasin. Horseshoe Bay, if I take that one, I'm going to head up to Pemberton area, up to Seton Lake via Highline Road, which is a pretty cool place. And then take the really long way back to Kelowna, or I might just beeline it to Tawasin and then go home again. So it's still a little too early to tell, but we'll see. Wrap. Hold on, let's go happy. 2, 3.
Close.
Oh yeah. All right, so that has been a day. I decided to take the Horseshoe Bay ferry. I'm gonna take the long way home. I'm gonna probably once I get off this ferry at about 12:30, head up to around Pemberton, find a place to maybe rest for a couple hours, and then make the journey up to Seton Portage area via Highline Road. And I'm looking forward to that. All right, so last night I made it till about 2 a.m. I'm just outside Whistler, and I pulled over here, got a few hours sleep, and I'm gonna continue on to Pemberton and Highline and Seton Portage today. So a little groggy, but let's get out of here. All right, I'm at the start of Highline Road, which I've done once before, and I always wanted to come back to this one. Pretty steep road, pretty rough road, no RVs, which is a positive thing, no big trailers, just people crazy enough to take this way. So I'm looking forward to the views though, and a place to make some coffee. So you can almost see the road where I came up. It's a great spot. This is where I'm gonna set up for a little bit. It was definitely a great call to make this journey here today, especially with this weather. Highline Road, not disappointing at all. What a day. You're thinking about doing this journey, have a capable vehicle, and just go slow, hang out. All right, this is possibly the greatest view for a toilet ever. This is something I didn't get into a couple nights ago, but this is my portable toilet that I bring with me, and it's one of my most important road trip items. It simply eliminates the worry of needing a bathroom at the wrong time, in the wrong place. It's a product by Clean Waste. You can find it on Amazon, and it folds up like a suitcase. All right, so I don't know how much you can see, but that is the road that goes straight up that. So I'm not too far away from Lillooet. That road was fantastic. Definitely don't underestimate it. Do more research on it before you go. It's sketchy at times, but it's beautiful. I was able to get a lot of stuff done on a viewpoint there for some of the content things I was doing, and it was just a pleasant experience taking that road, and I was going nice and slow and just enjoying my time there. But I think it's going to be a slow journey home over the next few hours, and I think it's time. See that? Probably didn't have a porta potty. So I got home yesterday from my trip, and this morning everybody headed down to Beachland here for... What are we doing here?
Having a beach day.
This is Veronica. She's my niece. I am her uncle. That's it. This is the end of the episode.
Yes.
Wouldn't you? So that's it. That's another week. If you liked what you've seen, please do hit that like or subscribe button. And see you next Tuesday.
Bye. That was good.
That was great.
This should not be on your episode. Like, there's no good content here. This is really close.
Did you miss me while I was away?
Where did you go?